Class of 2021. What a year it's been. 2020 and into 2021. Well, heck, I'm instead of standing in front of you at a banquet, which would be normal, I'm sitting in my office and talking into a computer. But my thoughts are the same nonetheless in terms of your class. The senior class was very, very special. Um, I've been asked by lots of people about this season, and like every year, you want to be the last team standing, but there's only one, and we weren't it this year. However, I don't think that really is the true measurement of our success as a team or your success as a class. Um, I think I told most of you when we met at the very end of the season that I'm not sure. I'd have to check the record books, but I'm not sure if there's been a class that's ever graduated from Seneca Valley that's been to the playoffs 3 straight years. 2018, we went to Heinz Field. 2019, we lost in the quarterfinals, and then 2020 made it to the semifinals and lost a tough game at NA. I don't think there's been a class that I can remember that's had 3 consecutive playoff years, which is a true testament to the players on those teams, which obviously would include you guys. Um, last year I stood in front of the entire program and team at our banquet, and I talked about the idea of chasing great. And when I talk about the idea of chasing great back in December of 2019, which was the last banquet, um, my thoughts were about how do we change a culture. Now, I think we have a pretty good culture in terms of our football program, but culture has really been, in my opinion, something that has been a negative influence on high school football and high school football players. We talk a lot about the we instead of the me. Well, culture tells us it's all about the me. It's all about, hey, look at me. Look what I'm doing. Look what I've done. Look at my social media. Look how popular I am. Look how many followers I have. Look how many, you know, um, people think I'm great because what I put on a piece of social media outlet, people think that that's who they are, and it's not. And I wanted this year to be different. I wanted you guys to be different, and you didn't disappoint me. You were different. Um, Probably one of the defining moments for me was during camp when normally what we've done is we've picked captains for our team. Um, I made the decision to make all of you captains. And I did that because I truly believed that this class, your class, the class of 2021, not only were you good players, because that's only part of captainship, but captainship is all about taking ownership of who you are as a group, who you are as leaders, um, and not just understanding that, but following through and making that a reality. And I really think that your group of brothers took my words to heart because I really felt like this year we didn't have 1 or 2 leaders. I felt like we had a class of leaders. And that to me is the standard that I want to have set going forward. Um, so before that, I want to thank you. Um, I've been asked many, many times about this season again, and my response has always been it's probably been the hardest season that I've ever coached, but not because of anything that goes on in our locker room, not because of anything that goes on the field or that went on the field. The difficulties were things that we didn't control. COVID put a wet blanket on more than football, but we were kind of the first ones to feel the true effect in terms of high school athletics. And I don't say that, and I don't mean to minimize anybody who has lost somebody because of this disease. Obviously, and you guys, I know, believe this as well, but people, family are the most important things. Football's a game. It's important. It's important to us, but it's a game. Life is more important than a game. But what I saw from you guys was the resilience and the will to rise above what you couldn't control. You couldn't control COVID-19. We couldn't control we couldn't control whether we played a game or whether we had a practice or not. You guys just prepared and went about your business the way you've always done it, with enthusiasm, with effort, with leadership. And again, in a dark time, you guys were a bright spot. You're a bright spot in my life. You're probably a bright spot in each other's lives. And to be honest with you, probably a bright spot in the lives of people maybe you don't even know. Just to know that you guys were out getting an opportunity to play the game that you love made a lot of people happy. Made me happy to be able to coach you guys, although it was only for 7 games in what's normally a 10, 12, 13 game season. I'm thankful that we got 7 weeks together. This is certainly the most difficult year that I've ever had coaching, but I will tell you, and I tell people, anybody that asks me, this is probably one of the most enjoyable years that I've ever had on the field, and that is because of you. And I mean that sincerely. I've coached a lot of players and a lot of teams, and your group is special. And I want to thank you for that. And I hope that going forward, and a lot of you guys are going to move on, and some of you are going to play college and football. Some of you are going to go on to school and start working on being professional adults, and some of you guys are going to do other things. But like every player and every team that I've ever coached, my wish for you is that you can take something, anything, a small part of your experience that you've had over the past 3 years, but maybe this year was an opportunity to provide you with a lot of really good life lessons. I hope that you can take that, and I hope that it can be part of who you are, and I hope that going forward, that you're always proud to have played for Seneca Valley and been a Raider and been part of a program that's been very successful, and part of a program that I hope has made you better people, not just better players. And maybe I say that every year, but it is what I hope. And I wish each and every one of you the greatest, wildest successes that you can have. I know you know that we are a family. We are a football family, and you're always welcome in a locker room. You're always welcome back on the field as Raider players, and now Raider alumnus and alumni forever. So with that, I'm probably running out of time on my computer. I don't know. I'm hoping that this takes, and that I can play it as part of your video. But again, I want to just say thank you. I want to thank your parents. I want to thank your families. It was a year of patience needed, and it was about as successful as we possibly could have been because of all of you. And I want to thank you from me and from my coaching staff and for the program. And I will look forward to the future and what's ahead for all of us. What's up, number one, Zaire? A great.
The most memorable thing playing football in SV, I think, probably is the very first day of my sophomore year, me and Coach Busley. I think Coach Busley was the best thing because like he taught me so much stuff about football that I didn't like even know, and like life lessons too. Like, you know what I mean? Like stuff that I would never know about. Like there's a lot of good stuff.
Listen, every team has characters, and without characters, football wouldn't be nearly as fun as it is. And Zaire, you are a character.
My sophomore year, we went to what was it? Heinz Field the very first time. We didn't win, but being there was very fun. Like it was a good time. Just the being there was just amazing. I'm not playing like so much fun just being in that place. Like Heinz Field was a place that everyone go to, so it was very fun.
As far as football goes on the field, I think you were a little bit disappointed with injuries and some other things that may have happened. But I really think, Zai, that overall, I think being part of our football program is something that was good for you, and it was certainly good for me and your teammate.
I think I learned life playing football was to just never give up. Like the 4 years of season was not pretty. It was not pretty, but it helped me so much that when you're down bad, down low, just have the same energy when you're up high. So that's helping you in life. And like life don't always go your way no matter what. So like it did not. So when you see how football is and you don't always get what you want, it shows you how to be a real man.
You are somebody who I know, thick or thin, your teammates could count on. That's important, and that's an important lesson that I hope everybody in the program leaves with the idea of being part of a brotherhood, being part of something bigger than just an individual. But Zaya, like I said, you've been a big part of my life for the past 3 years. You've been a big part of the program. Um, you know how much my son Nate loves you. Um, I know he thinks the world of you, and I tell you what, of anybody I know, he's probably the best judge of character that I've ever been around. So that says something.
My mom, she's amazing. Like she helped me with so much stuff. Like without her, I wouldn't be the same person I am now. Like it would have been someone else. Like mom, I love her a lot, and she's very helpful.
I wish you well, Zaire, whatever endeavors you choose. I know Z Company 2 is your baby, and you're trying to help that grow. And I hope you're wildly successful. And if I can ever help you, I will.
My name is Seth Bake.
So when think of Seth Bake, I think it's somebody that has worked extremely hard all year. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And Seth is certainly somebody that had a great senior year.
My favorite memory as a Raider, there's a lot to choose from, but I would have to say sophomore year in a JV game, I had a big kick return. It was actually my first touchdown I ever scored. So it was a really proud moment, exciting for me to score my first touchdown and in that fashion. So I'd probably have to say that.
I think he started out a little slow, missing some time during camp, but he picked it up really quickly. And not only did he pick it up pretty quickly, he was a great role model. And, he did a really good job with helping the young receivers, which, again, when you think about football, it's not, so much what you do in the moment. It's what the memories and legacy you leave behind.
I'll definitely miss just being around the guys the most. I'm going to miss the game too. But, the bond you have with the teammates and the coaches, it's like a family, so I'm going to miss that the most.
So to me, Seth Bake did a great job this year. We're very fortunate to have him on staff. I'm very blessed to have the opportunity to have met him and to coach him. I certainly learned a bunch from him just as much as he's learned from me.
Playing football at St. Valley has definitely taught me, what mental toughness is and how to deal with adversity, especially this past year, being affected with the COVID-19 and all that. I definitely know how to deal with more stuff and how to emotionally, just get myself prepared for everything.
So Seth, we wish you nothing but the best, and thank you so much for all your contributions to our team this year, and we wish you nothing but the best in the future. Can't wait to see what you do.
I would like to say to my parents, just thank you so much for supporting me in every way. All the years I played football and driving me to practices and going to my games and buying me all the gear, just doing everything for me. So just thanks for everything.
All right, that's it. Perfect.
Awesome.
My name is Kyle Sikra, aka Sicko Mode.
Sicko, my man, Crazy Legs, one of the fastest dudes I know.
My most memorable moment playing football is whenever we'd be in the locker room having, good conversations and just having fun with each other.
It was an honor to coach you. I wish you could have had some more time on the field, man. Injuries held you back, but you persevered, you stayed strong.
One of the plays I always remember, or just moments I'll remember in football, is whenever we went to Heinz Field in sophomore year.
We're strong-minded, kept working hard, kept pushing through it. I know if we could have had some more time on the field, you would have made a big difference. But just keep that attitude you kept, It teaches you life lessons. You got to stay positive through it all.
Just hard work and dedication.
You got a bright future ahead of you, and you're still not faster than me.
I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for me, taking me to practices and supporting me.
I'm Mitchell Kern.
Mitchell Kern, number 5.
My biggest contribution to the team over the past 3 years was, I think, getting guys to do what they need to do. So my first few years, sophomore year, I was one of the guys who was messing around, wasn't really doing the right thing all the time. And as the years went on, I learned how detrimental that could be to the team and the program as a whole. So as my senior year, I made it very clear to the underclassmen that working together as a collective group is the key to success.
Mitchell, it's been a lot of fun coaching you the last 3 years. Really excited that you were so successful this past season, being an all-conference player, also just being a leader for our team, being able to get our defense in a proper alignment each and every play throughout the season.
My favorite part of game day was definitely the pre-game atmosphere. So we run off in the field after the locker room, the crowd's already there, everyone's going crazy. That's the best. With the band playing the music, I get goosebumps every time thinking about it.
And watching you sack the quarterback, make an interception or two, it was a lot of fun to see you grow into the player that you've become.
Definitely my dad had the biggest influence on me as a player. He's always pushing me to do my best, try my best, and he always told me there's nothing I can't succeed at, and that really holds a big part of me because I always give everything my all, and I try to complete anything I can complete.
I know that you've worked really hard, not only in the classroom, on the field, in the weight room, but also mentally watching film and studying the opponent. And those things made you the player that you've become.
Thank you guys so much for helping me out through the years. It means it's hard to put into words how much time you guys put into, time and money you put into me, driving me to practice every day, picking me up, and Dad, you helped coach me all the time. You were a huge part of my life throughout football and everything else. Just want to thank you guys.
Keep up the hard work, and I wish you all the very best success in the future.
Connor Degg.
I'm speaking about Connor Degg, who I affectionately call Kicker.
Favorite thing about playing football? The team aspect of it. You have to do your own individual job, but if you don't do your job, then the team will suffer. So I like the team camaraderie.
I originally met Connor as a junior. I was originally impressed with his technique in both kicking and punting. I think Connor just lacked some experience at that point. And through going to camps and working on his own, I think Connor became a tremendous asset to our football team.
Okay, what football has taught me about life. If a play doesn't go your way or you don't succeed the first time, you'll always have a second chance.
and you just can't let the first time affect your second opportunity.
His senior year was very productive, obviously resulting in the all-conference punter, which is a great accomplishment for him.
I think friends and family, because anytime I would do bad, they would always help me out and help me achieve my next goal.
He was able to do all three phases of kicking. He was able to punt, he was able to kick, and he was a fantastic holder. Some of the best hands that we probably had on the team. And I can't tell you how impressed I am with the growth that Connor showed over the course of his couple years with the team. And if Connor wanted to kick in college, he certainly could.
Thank you for everything you've done. Without you guys, I don't know where I would be or what I would be doing.
But his attitude was great. He was probably his hardest critic, and part of my job was try to keep him in line of understanding that mistakes can be made and we could tweak things here and there, but he was always open to suggestions and looking at himself and what he was doing good and what he was doing bad and how we could fix it. And I had a great year with him, and I'm very happy for the accomplishments that he has, and I know that Connor's going to be a great success going forward.
My name's Adam Davies.
Who?
Adam Davies.
Adam Davies.
Some include like my sophomore year, we went to Heinz Field, and that was really fun. Just the whole experience, just being inside the locker rooms and being on the field. Even though I didn't play, it was just like cool just being there.
Adam Davies. I never saw him. He never came to practice.
I can definitely tell like my like mental state, but like stronger like mentality. Like just like lifting, like we'd be like doing core stuff or whatever, and you think about like, oh, it'd be really hard, and you think of like, oh, like I have, you know, like your whole teammates or everybody's kind of counting on you just to be able to like hold up and stand still, like hold the plank or do whatever. Just like little things like that. It kind of learned like from football, like from being on that team.
Adam Davis. You sure it's not Andrew? Adam Davis. Oh, the kicker.
It's kind of interesting. The coaches definitely made it easier to switch back and forth between practices, and the schedule is kind of like offset a little bit, so it was easy to just go from one practice to another practice, or have a game and then wait, and then have like a little bit of a break in between like practices and games, like whatever.
No, Adam, I'm just kidding. You did a great job, and you had a fantastic soccer career, and you had a great career kicking for us.
I'm going to Rutgers to study chemistry and play soccer.
Good luck on going to
Rutgers.
Play big-time soccer. You did a great job, Adam. Congratulations.
I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to play football, because they really didn't want me to, and I kind of wanted to just because I think it'd be fun just to be a part of that team, and they kind of let me just kind of do like whatever. So I would say thank you.
My name is Will Flickinger, aka Flick.
Hey Flick, it's been a while. Hope you're doing well, man.
My favorite memory playing football here at Seneca Valley was probably just my junior year when I came back to playing football, was having the whole student section constantly every week at home chanting my name. And then the moment against Butler, I finally got a chance to go out there, everybody going nuts and insane when I got out there.
Hey, just want to talk to you a little bit about last football season. It was, first of all, it's nice to meet you. And I'll get it out of the way now. The Browns won a game. I understand that, and I will let that go this time. But
what I'll miss most about playing football here was probably that brotherhood, that family type feel, and just the atmosphere of that student section at Seneca.
Loved your attitude, loved the way you hustled. I'm here in my home, a little casual, and but I wanted to check in with you. And again, I really liked the way you had some leadership qualities and your ability to get everybody together. Maybe things weren't going, right all the time, but
what it taught me about life is just when things don't go your way, you can't pout about it. You can't just start trying to think about yourself sometimes. Even when those moments that it comes to you, you have to still try to put the important things first before yourself.
You certainly persevered and worked through everything and did everything anybody could ever ask of you. And I do appreciate that, and I think the coaches do as well. I know your teammates certainly do.
All I got to say to my parents is just thank you for giving me the opportunity to play football with all these things coming out of these last few years. The moments I've had recklessness and where injuries could have been, you still let me play, and I just can't be more grateful for letting you guys let me play this great sport.
Wish you luck for next year. I'm sure you'll do real well wherever you decide to go. Maybe you'll walk on somewhere and do some punting. And I wish you nothing but the best, pal. And good luck. Browns still stink, as do the Indians and the Blue Jackets as well. But it is what it is, right? All right, see ya.
Number 25, Luis Flowers. Luis, first I'd like to congratulate you and thank you for being part of our program for the past 3 years.
So football has taught me to keep going in life and never give up.
When you've been coaching as long as I have, you really learn to appreciate, I think, guys like you who, although very quiet and unassuming, are guys that do their work with kind of a quiet confidence. Guys that show up every day to practice, show up every day in the off season, take care of business, do it with a sense of pride and a sense of humility.
I will always remember how Ethan West, number 21, always poured his heart out into his speeches, and it always gave me goosebumps. I love that, and I'll always remember it.
You know, over the past 3 years, again, like a lot of your teammates, I've seen you grow both physically and you certainly matured into a very respectful and a very hard-working young man. Those are things that I hope you can carry forward in your daily life. I think that football does that. I think that that's probably the biggest benefit of being part of your high school football team.
My favorite football tradition is when we always huddled up as a team.
And I hope, Luis, that you enjoyed your time with your teammates. I hope you enjoyed your time on the field, both successes and failures. And, I hope that you relished and enjoyed the successes and failures the way we grow. And we all have them. And I hope that whatever failures, personal or as a team, that you experience, I hope that it helps you grow as a person.
I would like to tell my parents that I really appreciate them always being by my side and helping me out through everything.
I can't overstate the importance of guys like you on a team. Guys who maybe you weren't the Division I All-Star, but you were certainly a guy that showed up, worked hard, and was a great guy. Those are probably 3 great rules to follow in life: show up, work hard, and be a great guy. And number 25, you took care of all 3 of those check mark boxes. Number 44, Ben Golick.
I'm Ben Golick.
Ben played for us for 3 years, was a big contributor to our teams over the past 3 years into our program, maybe even more so than he understands. I talk a lot about guys of character. I talk a lot about guys who work hard, show up every day, do their job, and don't say much, whether it's rah-rah or complaining, because both happen. Neither with Ben.
My favorite thing about playing football was the teamwork and the dedication going into it, and just how good it was and how nice it was knowing that people had my back going into situations.
Ben was a quiet leader. I appreciate his leadership and his this class's leadership throughout a really, really difficult 2020 season.
Football's taught me that no matter how much you get pushed down and knocked down, to always get back up and always keep pushing on.
Ben is a great young man, humble, nice, hardworking, and those are characteristics that go way beyond football. And way more important who you are than what you are.
My mom really influenced me, always being there for me, always helping me get places I needed to be.
I love to have guys leave the program and feel like they're men of great character, and Ben, you certainly are one. And I want to thank you for your commitment to the program, your hard work, and your sacrifice and your selflessness throughout the last 3 years.
I'd like to say thank you for taking me to practice in the morning, doing my laundry, just taking me to everywhere that I needed to be.
My name is Dustin Horn.
Dustin Horn, old horn dog. How you doing, Dustin?
My favorite memory as a Raider football player is probably camp sophomore year. Just being with the guys, the first high school camp, that was cool. I'd do that over again in a second.
Listen, I just wish that things would have turned out your senior year. You waited your turn. You learned from everybody in front of you. I was so proud of you. A lot of people would have given up, but not you, Dustin.
So what I'll miss most about playing football here at Seneca Valley is the bond with my teammates. I've played with these guys since I've been 8 years old, and I love every single one of them. And just nothing's better than walking out of the locker room, circle the wagons with them. I'll miss it every day.
I just feel bad that you got hurt, and because I have a feeling that last year we could have gone all the way to WPIL finals and maybe even past that. But we had some injuries. And
what playing football here at Seneca Valley has taught me in life is that if you work hard, it's going to pay off, and the obstacles are going to happen, and you're just going to have to overcome them in life. And playing football is so minor in life, but it's taught me that no matter the obstacle, if you have good people surrounding you, you can get through it.
Okay, and I just want to wish you the best going forward with your baseball career, okay?
Mom and Dad, I want to say that I love you and thank you for everything you've done for me my entire football and baseball career. It's awesome to know that you have two amazing people that are going to back you up no matter what. Whether you throw 4 interceptions or 4 touchdowns, it's the same thing. And you're always there to pick me up and just pat me on the back and say, hey, keep the same work ethic and you'll get it done next time.
My name is Alex Johnson.
Alex Johnson. Oh, you don't have to call me Johnson. Remember that, Alex?
Well, personally, I think I've matured a lot. From my sophomore year to my senior year, I saw a big difference in the way I acted and handled myself, and I accredit that to a lot of my football coach's teachings and what they taught me through the years and the values they've given me.
Well, I got a few stories about Alex Johnson. I had him in 8th grade and had a penknife on him when we went on a track meet. Got suspended in 8th grade, so.
Probably going to Heinz Field sophomore year. It's probably the one I'll always remember.
Then I saw he was going out for football, and I tell you what, he did a great job. Alex, you did a great job.
It's taught me that the world is bigger than you, and that it's not all about you sometimes, that you actually have to help others and think about more than yourself in most cases.
You had a great senior year. I want to wish you the best and good luck in the future.
I would say thank you for taking me to all my practices and games and supporting me through my entire career. And I love you for my mom and dad, and thank you for everything you've done for me.
My name is Don Kreisberg.
Donnie Kreisberg. Donnie Iris, that's his nickname, Donnie Iris, the rapper.
My favorite thing about playing football at Seneca Valley was just being around the guys in the locker room and hanging out with the boys every day.
Anyway, Donnie, good luck, great senior year.
Football has taught me perseverance and to never give up and always try your best.
A quick story about Donnie, he was going to go to, I'd say this, Central Catholic, and we ended up keeping him here. I had him in 8th grade track, and he ended up beating Central Catholic, got to start that game in his sophomore year. So
the thing that's influenced me the most in football are my parents, teammates, and coaches. They just help push me every day to be my best.
Donnie, we're glad we kept you, and I wish you the best at Mount Union. Good luck, and keep in touch. Thanks.
I just like to say thank you for everything you've taught me over the years, and just thank you for everything.
My name is Connor Lasik. Hey guys, Coach Patsy here. One of the guys I got is Connor Lysick, number 3, wide receiver and boundary corner for us for the past 3 years.
My favorite memory as a football player would have to be sophomore year when we were at Heinz Field and being on opening kickoff. It was just a great environment and an exciting moment.
Been really fun and exciting to watch Connor grow and mature over the past couple years, but more so, it's been interesting on my standpoint because I remember little Connor Lysick coming in my days at Revolution with the red flash gloves and the red cleats, just running around like a maniac at these camps and things like that. So
I'll miss most playing football here will be probably just the connection all of us players had and the bonds we had with the coaches, and then also just playing on Friday Night Lights is just a great moment to be on.
Connor's definitely been a key point for us on defense, right? In my opinion, I believe he plays the toughest position we have on our defense, that boundary corner. We really ask a lot of that guy. And not only did he step up, but he really excelled at that position, especially this senior year, coming up with really big plays, really big run support, and really grew and mature as a corner.
Playing football at Seneca Valley has taught me about life. It's just to be, how to adjust to adversity, be responsible towards yourself and towards your teammates, and just having a good time.
Right. The biggest I'm thinking, right, is Baldwin. They're driving the field on us, and he undercuts a hitch route at the goal line, saves a touchdown for us, and keeps us in that ball game. Not only has he been solid for us on defense, but he was electric, as a punt returner, kick returner, and on the offensive ball, even getting into the Wildcat this year, because he could just do so many things for us.
What I want to say to my parents is thank you for doing everything you've done for me over the past years and always pushing me to be the best I can be in everything that I do.
So, Connor, been really fun to coach you the past couple years, man. Really excited for you to continue your career at Clarion University and excited to follow you the next couple years with your career. Wish you nothing but the best of luck, and go get him, man.
My name is Beatty Martin.
Beatty Martin, from the second I met him in June when camp started till the end of the season, improved more than any player I've ever been around.
Playing football for Seneca has influenced me in a lot of ways. It's taught me a lot about determination, grit, and hard work, and how to work together as a team to get better. Helped me out a lot in my job, stuff like that, and in school, definitely, with my grades and stuff like that.
He always came with positive energy to work and practice, and he got better every single day, truly.
Probably cutting the sophomores' hairs, watching all the sophomores get their hair cut. It was a blast watching them all get buzzed off and funny haircuts and stuff like that. So
he was a great competitor. He always pushed himself. He pushed his teammates. He was a vocal leader.
I plan on going to college. I'm still undecided right now, but I want to pursue an education degree and teach and coach when I get older.
And the team really benefited from having Beatty as a teammate.
Just thank you. They've done a lot for me. I wasn't really the easiest kid. I always wanted to be to practice real early. My parents helped me out a lot. They got me there on time. They got me dinner, even while they were working and everything, and I just want to say thank you.
Number 10, Rocky Marciano McGowan.
My favorite thing for playing football for Seneca Valley was probably the family and how much love and camaraderie was in that locker room every day and how much we wanted to push each other to be better.
Rock, you've come a long way, man, since the summer practice of sophomore year where you argued with me over a drill and I ended up sending you off the field. I laugh about it now, and I'm sure you do too, because I think a lot of times you got to have moments like that as either starting points or light bulb moments where you figure it out, and you certainly figured it out. Over the past couple of years, you've really developed into a really good football player.
My most memorable moment on the field was probably sophomore year when we stood in the doors entering Heinz Field. I think that was probably one of the biggest things, one of the most important things for me to try and get back there, and it was just always in the back of my head. I think that was a big thing for me.
Your junior and senior seasons, you're very productive anytime you're on the field. Very reliable as far as throwing the ball anywhere near you. we were always really confident that you were going to do something great with. As a matter of fact, I think your junior year, you might have had 6 catches and 5 touchdowns, and something of that nature. It was pretty amazing.
Our plans for the future are to go to college, get a degree in criminal justice, become a FBI agent. And
I've really seen you grow. I've really seen you mature. Again, that's something I guess that I say a lot, but I really mean it when I say how much I enjoy the process of watching young men become mature adults. And I know that you have aspirations of going into the military and following in your mom's footsteps, and that's certainly an admirable thing and an honorable thing to do. And
I'd like to say to my mom that she was the rock with everything I did. I played football for her. I always wanted to go to school and have it fully paid for football because for her, she is everything to me.
Hopefully, when if you run into tough times or you run into rough patches throughout your life, you can fall back on things that you learned from being part of this program. That's my hope. That's my wish for everybody on the team. But again, Rock, you've been a great part of who we are and what we've done and what we've accomplished. And your senior class should be very proud of itself because you guys were all really, really great mentors for the guys coming up. And I appreciate the hard work that you put in. I appreciate the love that you have for the game and the respect that you have for the game and your teammates and your coaches. And Rocky, I wish you the best.
Josh, I'd like to start this video by saying it was truly an honor to coach you your senior year of high school.
My name is Josh Miller.
It really means a lot to me because as we were both coming up through high school and middle school, we never truly got to spend too much time together on the field due to our age separation. So being there with you your senior year of high school, sharing the field with you truly meant the world to me.
I've changed as a person from sophomore year to now. I think the biggest thing is from maturity because I started sophomore year. I think as a group too, like senior group, we matured a lot. Sophomore year, we always got in trouble and I was always running snakes and stuff, but senior year I had none of that. So
it also means the world to me because we started this journey a long time ago, playing sports growing up, whether we were wrestling, basketball, football, baseball, wiffle ball, whatever sport it was, you name it, we were doing it outside or inside before we get in trouble. We did it together, and therefore seeing you your senior year and how you've amounted to the athlete you've become is truly an honor for me to watch.
I think my favorite moment of football was probably sophomore year camp. There's just a lot of good memories in that time.
I'm very hard on you, and it's because you know that the potential that you have on and off the field, and I know the potential you have on and off the field, and over my dead body would I ever let you not fully amount to the man that you can be. And it's really out of love most of the time.
Seneca Valley football has taught me about life taught me how to be responsible, always getting on practice on time and always doing the right things. And it taught me how important brotherhood is on a team and how far that can take you.
But you're here now, and I love you, and it is very heartwarming moment to see you where you are now. And it is hard for me to admit, but I can say full-heartedly that you have amounted way more than I have on that field and way more than I ever did. And I do mean that, but don't let your head get too big, because don't think that I'll ever be scared to fight you, because the big brother will always win.
I'd like to say to my parents to always thank you for being there and always supporting me and always pushing me to be better, supporting me by taking me to practices, paying for all the sports and stuff like that.
Lastly, you've committed to Cal, and we get to spend the next few years together up here, and it's going to do nothing but strengthen our relationship and take us to the next level. And I can't wait to attack this journey with you. I can't wait to come home and see you. And I can't wait, most importantly, I can't wait to spend the rest of this life's journey with you and attack it. So I love you, buddy. I'll see you soon.
Cole Mercanja. When I think of Kumar Kanja, I think it's somebody that works really hard. It's very passionate, and more importantly, I think it's someone extremely reliable and somebody that on defense we could trust. We were thinking about all year with somebody that you needed to fill that number 2 spot for a safety, and he stepped in and did a great job.
I think I've changed as a player and a person from sophomore year to now, from becoming less selfish and focusing more on the team and wanting the team to do better and not just myself, and that's what has helped us win more.
Again, it goes back to his character and just who he is and the effort that he brings. He was big time in pinch moments for us. He came up with some really big plays for us. And again, he was somebody that offensively as well you could trust on as a quarterback.
A specific football moment I'll always remember is beating NA sophomore year in the semifinals and everyone storming the field. It was just a great experience.
Going forward, he was also somebody that was a really great leader for us. And again, we look at our class this year, he was somebody that really stepped up and really got the guys going and played integral moments for us.
Playing football at Seneca Valley has taught me that hard work will get you anywhere, and that anything worth having in life only comes with hard work.
Additionally, he was a great person to have around the locker room. I personally think I grow a better beard, and it's something that he'll work on as he gets going. But again, I was very honored to have him in my position group, and I'm super excited to see what he does in the future. Good luck.
I would like to say thank you to my parents for always supporting me in anything, not just football, but buying me anything I want and supporting me, even if it's sports or not. So thank you and love you guys.
Chase Nothing.
Chase Nothing was one of those kind of guys that I refer to as the Honey Badger on our team.
From sophomore year to now, I would say that I've definitely matured a lot more over the years, and definitely have become more confident given my size against kids who are double the size of me. It just made me more confident about who I am and what I can take as a person.
Yeah, Honey Badger is the most fearless animal in the animal kingdom, and he, being the smallest lineman in 6A by far, approached every game with such a confidence and swagger.
I would have to say the Heinz Field game sophomore year, losing that game really got to me and motivated me the next coming years to really put forth my best foot.
And he proved it. I mean, he was bullying kids 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds more than him on a game-to-game basis.
How would I be remembered as a football player? I would say that I would want to be remembered as a player who never backed down from anything and who was always giving their best when they were out there on the field.
So, one of the toughest kids you'll ever meet, one of the toughest kids I've ever met, and one of the most solid competitors I've ever been around.
What would I like to say to my parents? I would like to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to play this sport. First of all, it has taught me so many things, from how to play football to even be the person I am today.
My name's Aiden O'Shea.
Aiden O'Shea, number 33.
Playing for Seneca Valley football influenced my life by, always being dedicated in what I do, having a good work ethic, and just being a good young man.
Aiden, it's been a pleasure of mine to watch you grow from the player you were as a sophomore to the player you become as a senior.
My favorite football tradition is probably camp. We didn't have our senior year, but it was always fun times and having a good time with your friends, getting yelled at. It was just always a fun time.
You've really grown up and matured as a young man. And I told you before the season that I thought you had a good chance at playing as a senior. You worked hard, and you ended up starting almost every single game.
My plans for the future are going to a 4-year college, playing football maybe or not, I don't know yet, but definitely just going to a 4-year college.
In the North Allegheny game, you got hurt, didn't ask to come off the field, toughed it out, and wanted to be out there with your brothers, and we really appreciate that.
I'd like to say to my parents that I'll do my dad first. Thank you, Dad, for just always being there for me when I was young, being my coach and stuff, and always pushing me to be the best I can. And then Mom, thanks for always being a good cheerleader for me and always cheering me on and just always made me smile and stuff. Thanks.
And I wish you all the success in the future.
My name's Jimmy Royal.
Jimmy Royal. I've had the privilege to coach Jimmy the last 3 seasons.
My favorite memory as a Raider football player would probably be going to beating NA sophomore year, that just feeling of excitement, going to the finals, of going to Heinz Field.
From his sophomore year playing JV to him becoming a solid two-way player for us the past 2 seasons on varsity. Jimmy helped anchor both the offensive and defensive line for us. As a player, especially on the offensive side of the ball, Jimmy was super sound.
I'll miss just the teammate camaraderie. I'll miss all the times being with all my friends and going off to college. It'll be a lot different. I won't be able to see him as much.
He was a great technician, played with great hands and great footwork. And he's always asking questions on concepts or techniques to help better himself, which made him a great player for us. As a kid, couldn't ask for a nicer kid. I always enjoyed being around him. I loved our conversations during practice, during stretch, or even Friday nights pertaining to football or something completely random.
I think the most that Seneca Valley football has taught me about life is that you always gotta be part of something, that you're always part of a team. You're always working. You guys gotta work to a good goal in life, and you'll always be together with someone.
And his work ethic was great. He was always better himself, which will continue to help him at the next level. Jimmy, best of luck to you as a Golden Eagle next year. Hopefully you and Lysick will help continue to build the Clarion football program to better standards. Best of luck.
I'd like to say to my parents, thank you for always being there for me and taking me to practice day in, day out, and always supporting me in my decisions and playing football.
Number 14, Hayden Schultz. Schultzy.
My name's Hayden Schultz.
Gosh, not sure where to start with you. From the first time that you stepped on the field and really every time after that, I want you to know that I, along with all the coaches and probably all your teammates, saw the passion and the pride and the effort that you put in to making yourself a better football player.
Playing football at Seneca Valley has influenced my life in many ways. It's taught me a lot of important lessons, such as unity, hard work, working with your teammates to be able to reach a goal together. It's also just taught me dedication as well.
Over the past 3 years, we've had some success. Your class has experienced some success. We've had some down times. I mean, this year was a tough year, but I will always remember Schultz as a guy that appreciates effort. You are the epitome of effort.
My favorite tradition was definitely camp. A lot of hard work. Some days you want to come home and just pass out, but it taught us to work together as a unit, and showed us that any goal can be accomplished when working together.
You're the epitome of doing things full speed all the time. Weight room, practice, drill, special teams, being on the field, in an offensive or a defensive position or situation.
My plans for the future are to become a chiropractor. I'm going to major in biology and hopefully get accepted into a chiropractic school.
Hayden, you also are a guy that has endured and overcome and persevered some things that not many of us have ever had to endure. And I admire your fortitude. I admire your heart. I think you are a fantastic young man. I would wish you success in anything that you do, and really it's not a wish, because if you put the kind of effort into becoming a better person, a better man, a better employee, a better whatever you choose, you're going to do it. Because, like I said, when I think of Hayden Schultz, number 14, I think of a guy who puts everything into what he's doing.
I'd like to say thank you so much for everything you guys do. I love you guys. Thank you for taking me to games from since I was a little guy up until coming to every game now that I'm older. I just really appreciate it. I know a lot of kids don't get to do this.
And I wish you the best And I want to thank you for being a really big part and a really great leader on our team.
My name is James Sprents.
Hey guys, Coach Patsy here. Next guy I got on my list is James Sprints, aka Squints.
I'd say my best memory is probably just camp week, probably being with all the guys like for a long period of time, and really just all the practices and all the meals and stuff and all the free time just being together and hanging out with the team.
Cool. Sprints, I don't remember how he came up with the nickname Squints, man, but I love it. I dig it. It stuck with you, and it fits you right. So Sprints played free safety and wide out for us.
I would say that Randy Moss probably influenced me the most because as a receiver, I really like to go like for the deep ball and stuff, just like him, and jump balls and stuff like that.
Not only has he been solid in the free safety position for us, especially his senior year, but where he really matured and grew as a player was on the offensive side of the ball at wideout, right? There was not one thing that sticks out with James Sprints more than his effort and his tenacity blocking on the offensive side of the ball. He's going to be written in stone in this program for many years to come because he's going to be the perfect teaching tool to show kids on what it's like to give effort on that side of the ball with blocking and just asserting your will on guys.
To the underclassmen, I would probably just say make every practice and game count because it really does go by quick, even though everybody says that and it's sort of cliche, but it really does, and you'll end up missing it once it's over.
If I asked James to do that 2 years ago, there's no chance that he would have been able to do that. But with his effort and his focus in the weight room and growing and, really trying to improve his game, really showed up and showed out his senior year. So Squints, man, love you. Good luck the rest of the way.
I would just say to my parents, thank you for all the help throughout the years and making sure I have all my stuff for practice and making sure I get to practice on time whenever I didn't have my license and waking me up for all the early morning practices and stuff like that.
Nate Trost.
Nate Trost was the ultimate teammate for us this year.
I think my favorite memory was probably sophomore year, going to Heinz Field, experiencing the whole championship atmosphere and, the stadium. And that was pretty cool.
He came, positive attitude, ready to work every single day.
What I'll probably miss the most is like the camaraderie among all the guys, showing up every day, just having fun on the field and stuff like that, and general banquets, stuff like that.
Whatever he could do to help the team get better, he was always willing to do, never complained, never heard anything negative from him.
I think it's taught me that being a part of a team is very hard, and knowing your role within that team is very important, and doing the role that you're assigned to do. If you do it, then it'll work out fine as long as everyone else does their part, and it'll come out good.
In practice or in games, he was just always there, ready to be a good teammate and ready to get better every single day.
I'd like to say to my parents, thank you for supporting me, through the 4 years of high school and countless years of football. Just being there for me and supporting me through all of it. Greatly appreciate it. I love you guys.
Deontay Wyatt.
All right, Coach Patsy here. I have Deontay Webb, number 7, a.k.a. Tay.
My favorite memory as a Raider football player is going to Heinz Field my sophomore season. It was a very fun experience.
Couldn't be more proud of anybody else on the team with how, you have developed and matured over the years.
I will miss most about playing football at Seneca Valley is looking forward to practices after school every day. Every day after school, practices was the best.
My first memory of Deontay is his sophomore year in the summer. Probably weighed 120 pounds at that time. Sitting on the sideline or standing on the sideline without a helmet or anything and watching. And I asked him, what his name was and what's going on. And he said he missed his ride and he walked 79 all the way from Cranberry Township to the high school where he was about, a mile away, and then the cops picked him up and drove him the rest of the way. I was just, dumbfounded that a kid wanted to be at practice so much and just didn't blow it off than that. So that's a memory that sticks with me a lot. But
playing football at Seneca Valley taught me that no matter what I do, I have to keep working. No matter who's in front of you, keep working and keep striving to be the best.
But Deontay, it's been cool to watch you grow and mature, not only physically, but as a man as well. Having your brother on the team this year and seeing how you interacted with him and kind of took him under your wing has been awesome to see. You were a rock for us at the field corner this year. You made a lot of effort plays for us and a lot of big plays for us. Two that come out in my head is you coming up in the flat and really sticking that running back, the best running back in the league from Canamac, and then having obviously that 85-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown in a last game. Couldn't be proud of you, man. Really enjoyed coaching you the past 3 years, and best of luck to you at your future endeavors. Bye.
I would like to say to my mom that I love you and that I appreciate everything that you do for me and all the times that you got up and took me places, did this for me, talked to me, guided me. I appreciate you. You're very much appreciated, and I love you. Thank you so very much for everything. You go above and beyond for me, and I appreciate it. And Dad, I love you too. Stay safe, and for you.
My name is Trevor Wigan.
Trevor Wigan.
Well, a big part of setting up for the games each week was just connecting with a lot of people on the team, and it was fun just going through things, working with Hunter, and it was just fun week to week, setting everything up, making sure things were.
Our program 2 years ago was lucky enough to have you kind of walk into our doors and become a really, really important part of our staff and our program.
I feel like I played a decent role, helping them make sure they had game film, making sure the headsets work, making sure they're ready to go in, week out, just ready to play the teams that they played.
Trevor, it's been a true pleasure to get to know you, not only as the guy who can run anything that has to do with the camera or technology, but just as a really, really great human being.
I feel like one of the stressful things that people don't realize is just making sure things work. If they don't, finding replacements and just being able to find stuff to make your job possible.
You become a friend to Nate. You become someone whom I admire greatly because of your toughness and your perseverance and your courage.
I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing next year, but I'm hoping to go into more video production roles, looking at a couple of schools, but as far as where I plan on going, I'm not really sure.
Not to mention that you just did a great job in being part of our program. I hope that whatever you do going forward, you're able to use your talents because you have many. And I also hope that you stay in touch with me and with the other coaches and with Nate, because you truly were a pleasure to be around. And Trevor, I want to thank you for all you've done. And again, thank you for your friendship, and I wish you well.
I would say thank you for everything that you've done, and just thanks for supporting me and giving me the opportunities that I've had.
Ethan West.
Ethan West, my man. It was an honor to coach you over these past 2 years.
Playing football here has influenced me greatly over the last 3 years in my entire life, because it's always given me something to look forward to every single day to come to, and I've met some of my greatest friends I ever met in my life at football. So.
You taught me a lot of things as a coach for my first time around. Very different from being a player. You're a hard-working guy.
I'm attending Colgate University to study. I'm undecided, and to play football.
I appreciate all the work you put in, blood, sweat, and tears. You really have heart. That's great to see. I love it. I'm proud of you. Keep in touch. Let me know if you ever need anything.
My advice for younger classmen is to never let someone tell you what you can and can't do, and don't take advantage of any moment, because it goes by a lot quicker than you might think.
Keep grinding. You got a bright future ahead of you. Keep being a leader. Do all the right things. Do all the little things. And just keep grinding, man. Stop watching weird movies on Netflix too.
What I want to say to my parents is I love you guys. To my dad, thank you for coaching me over the years and everything you've done for me, and my mom, thank you for supporting me every bit of the way.
Perfect. All right, that's it. Thank you.
My name is Gavin Zoli.
Great kid. Hard worker on the field, hard worker in the weight room. Every year got better.
The biggest impact on me being a football player has probably been my brother. Growing up, my brother had disabilities, couldn't really do a lot. So when I was growing up, I really strived to make an athletic career for him too. Going out, playing with all my friends was more for him because he couldn't run or walk, he could only roll. So when I grew up, I decided I want to play high school football just because I could really show my athleticism.
Gavin, you are a pleasure to have around the program. I wish you the best at Penn State, and baseball is your game. I wish you the best and good luck at Penn State and beyond, because you will be successful in your life.
Favorite football tradition is probably the prayer before the games. We all get down on a knee and we say a prayer. And it's really motivational. It really digs deep in you, and you really find your center.
The best thing I can say about Gavin is he always had the best hair. I was definitely jealous of his hair.
Attend a four-year school, maybe play baseball somewhere. I want to pursue special education. Like I said earlier, my brother grew up with disabilities, so I have a really deep spot in my heart for kids like that.
So good luck to you, Gavin. Come around and see us sometime. Thanks.
I would just like to say thank you for everything they've done. Through all the times I've had to drive into sports, it means a lot, more than they'll ever know.
Brady Scullis. The way I changed the most from sophomore year to senior year, so I think I became a better role model, and I decided to take care of the sophomores, just be a bigger role model.
Hey Brady, Coach Z / Coach Scullis here. I just want to tell you that it was an honor this year to be able to be your coach.
I think my parents and my coaches have influenced me the most. Just put all the hours they put in to make me a better player and just become a better person.
And super proud of you, the way you handle things on and off the field.
How do I remember it as a football player? I want people to remember that I was a hard worker and I pushed through everything, and no matter what happened, I always got back up and pushed myself to be better.
And whatever path you choose in life, I'll be right there behind you, and that I love you.
I would like to say thank you for everything you guys have done for me and always pushing me and everything that you've bought me and all the sports I've played that you guys helped me through. I just want to say thank you, and I love you guys.